Hi, we are Joana Contreras Espinosa and Ángel David Manzano Barragán, and we are going to talk about our project. Our client, her name is Marley Espinosa Ramos, is the owner of a coffee shop in Cuautitlán named Coffee Grillos, and this business had 3 years in operation, but she wanted some changes. So the initial problem was that she was searching for a change only in the design of the menu to be more attractive. But we found that other problem, that the principal problem was the little identity that the brand had because people know about the coffee only for the name. So we decided to start working with that problem. Design thinking. We start doing some maps about empathy maps with gains and pains, and also some profiles, first for the owner and also for a worker. In this case, his name is Javier Molina, is a barista, and we put some information about the demographic information, about the attitude, about the interests and goals, just to try to understand more about the context, about our client, and also the people that are involucrated inside of the coffee shop. Then to deepen more, we do the 4W formula to know products and services of coffee regions. Also the location, about the idea that is natural, that it has a family-friendly atmosphere. Also the context around the coffee, for example, the competition, the other locals that are around, and finally, um, the ideas that our client had about what she wanted to have in the future. For example, it, to be more family oriented audience, or to have more varied on healthy menu and these things.
Context. This map analyzes the competition and the business position. The axes represent modern and traditional, as well as joyful and family-oriented. We can see that brands like Starbucks and Punta del Cielo are positioned as modern, while others are more traditional. Coffee Grillos lends more towards the family and traditional side, indicating that its identity can be reinforced or adapted depending on the target audience it wants to track. Product list. To begin, this is the list of products or services that will be deployed in the project. First, we focused on two main aspects, the logo redesign and the design of the takeout packaging. Then we moved to second stage, where we worked on the exterior advertising and the interior design of the establishment, especially on a mural that reinforced the identity of the place. Price 1. This section presents of the code for the logo redesign. The project was carried out by Joana Contreras Espinosa and myself with 1 year on experience. For the client, Coffee Grillos, and took 1 month to complete. The service includes the design of double-sided letter size menu, two initial proposals, up to 2 revisions, and finally delivery in print-ready format. The costs are divided into fixed costs such as equipment of software usage, direct costs such as design and file delivery, variable costs such as print proofs, and indirect costs such as administration, transportation, and service, totaling 2,110 Mexican pesos.
Price 2. The design of packaging. The designer was me and Angel David. So we proposed two initial proposals, two revisions, and finally the delivery in a print-ready PDF. Fixed cost, we had equipment use and software Adobe. Variable cost, the hour of work and review and adjustments. Direct cost, the design of packaging, the design of the container of the coffee, finally files and basic prototypes. And indirect cost, administration, contingents, the transport, internet, and electricity. The total was 10,130.
Calendar. Here we can see the work process organized in stage. First, an interview is conducted with the client to identify design problems. Next, user profiles and the empathy map are created to better understand their needs. Then an analysis is developed using the 4W formula and the context map. With this information to initial processals and generate and present to the client. Finally, adjustments are made, plans, tests are conducted, and the final project is delivered. Overall, this project aims to improve Coffee Grillo's visual identify to make it more attractive, competitive, and elegant with its target audience.
Then we have the diagram again that can help us to watch it more specifically the activities that we wanted to do. But in this case, we omit the part of the mural because we needed to put more time and to doing the redesign of the logo because we had some situations in the middle and also we did more changes that had been planned.
Start for designs. In this section, we have our mood board, which we use it to find reference related to what the client request for their the new logo. Some key change include correcting the spelling of the word grillos, crickets, and integrating the cricket more discreetly to avoid overwhelming the logo with a large intrusive image like the previous logo. We also have our first road sketch for the logo. Logo prototypes. Here we can see some of the digitally refined sketch, which were present to the client for their decision, taking into account the points I mentioned earlier. Initial prototypes. These are images of the first prototypes created to the present to the client. They include the design of the hot and cold beverage cups, as well as the coaster and cup sleeve. Our goal was to give each of the utensils used in the business charisma and personality, so they would be memorable for consumers.
For the first interview, we had a situation with our client. She wasn't available, so we did it to the second in command.
Feedback. After the presentation, there were some important positive and negative points we received. Clear and creative identity. The client perceives that the logo effectively communicates the idea. Clear and creative identity. The client perceives that the logo effectively communicates the idea. Distinctive element. Mascot. The cricket makes the product unique and easy distinguishable for the other coffee shops. Hierarchical, but the logo and the packing are easy to remember thanks to their eye-catching design and the use of the character. Visual conscientiously with the product, the packing graphics. Creating in design. The clean highlights the ingenious and attractive use of the cricket. High overall satisfaction. The packing received at 5 to 5 rating indicate very positive experience. And points to improve. Logo versatility negative versions and version adapted to different backgrounds are needed for use in various applications. Character expressiveness. The cricket could be are more expressive to generate greater emotional impact and better connection with the client. Coaster design. The current design is perceived as intrusive. It's some jest to limit into the bottom. More natural elements should be integrated. Exploring collaborations, the client wants to see more visual options to expand the design usability.
The prototype modifications. After analyzing the client's perspective, we decide to modify only the cup sleeve. The cup will no longer to be cut but printed to reduce cost. It will be printed as a sticker, and the coaster, the design will be reduced just to the bottom part to improve mass production and make it more cost effective. And additionally, the character of the cricket, we designed it in more poses with more expressions. Also for the logo, we adapted in a negative form to be used in different contexts. Finally, we have the results, the finally prototypes, and the logo printed.